Hey guys, it's Mason and Callie. I really wanted to make a video and really talk about my emotional journey through all of this. It's not something that I've really talked about much. Sit. It's not something that I really talk about much to really anybody, but honestly my girlfriend. But I think it's really important to talk about what being on testosterone does for most men's emotions. It's something that I think I've really struggled with for a while. And another thing I wanted to talk about that's kind of combined into that is the difference I feel for my body personally when I do my shots in my thigh and when I do my shots in my butt. So the first 11 shots that I took were in my butt. When I went to the doctor for the first time to do my first treatment, the nurse gave me my shot in my butt, and I felt more comfortable doing it there. One, because it doesn't hurt at all, I don't feel it at all. And two, I was a big pansy in the beginning and I didn't want to do my shots to myself because I'm really kind of scared of needles, despite all of my tattoos that I have. But, so the first 11 shots I did, well, my girlfriend Brandy did, in my butt. And then the reason as to why I switched to my thighs is because I was going out of town for a work conference and she was not able to come with me, so I had to do my shot to myself. So I did it in my thigh. I had really bad anxiety when it came to doing it in my thigh, simply because it feels so different than, you know, doing it into your butt. Your thigh is a lot more muscular than your butt most of the time. And I think overall I just got anxiety because I was having to do it to myself. So I did the next probably like 6 or 7 shots in my thigh. And honestly, like, I'm just gonna tell you the difference from those two scenarios and when I was doing it in my butt and when I was doing it in my thigh. So in the very beginning, when I first started doing my shots, my emotions were all over the place. I was up and down all the time. I was extremely tired in the beginning. Every single day at around the same time, I was having to like go to sleep because I couldn't function if I wasn't able to close my eyes. So I was tired all the time, and I really started to find myself becoming more and more frustrated for no reason. And I think the fact that I was getting so frustrated just about life in general and about things that I couldn't change, I was frustrated more at myself because I didn't know how to fix it. Like I knew that I was upset, but I didn't know why. And it was really bothering me because it was affecting those around me. You know, mostly it was affecting my girlfriend because I'm around her most. And it was really frustrating for me because, one, she doesn't deserve that. And not that I was like, you know, I'm some big, huge asshole or whatever, but I have my moments where, you know, I snap, or, you know, I catch an attitude and she didn't do anything to deserve it. And, you know, I was just in these moods for no reason. And it was frustrating because I'm not that kind of person. Like, I'm very laid back. It takes a lot to make me angry. And now I was getting angry on a daily basis for God knows what, you know, for what. And it was really frustrating for me. And it pretty much stayed that way for probably, you know, 2 months solid. And in the beginning, when I was doing my shots in my butt, a lot of people have told me that I've progressed so far to only be, you know, almost 5 months on T. My facial hair has come in, well, my chin hair, my hair on my cheeks like come in freaking sporadically and all over the place, so I end up shaving it. But my chin hair and my mustache has grown in extremely fast for facial hair wise. My legs are ridiculously hairy. It's so much worse like on my thighs than down here, but I have a lot of hair on my legs. I I do have a happier trail now. It's not, some huge predominant thing, but it's definitely there. I'm starting to get like a trail of hair on the top of my stomach. So my changes came really quickly when it came to the first couple of months of my transition, and I was noticing that I was doing my shots in my butt at the time. So when I changed to my thigh, the shot itself was more uncomfortable for me and caused me more anxiety when I was getting it done. But I really started to notice that I wasn't seeing any changes at all. Like, I wasn't seeing changes in my hair growth. I wasn't seeing changes in my voice. In the beginning, when my voice, I felt like my voice changed literally every week. So every week that I took my shot, I would start to have almost congestion, like in my throat, like I was getting a cold. I would cough a few times, and I swear to you, as sure as I am sitting here, I would clear my throat and I would go to say something again and my voice would drop. And everyone would notice, like everyone around me would notice when that was happening, that how quickly my voice was dropping. But once I started doing my shot in my thigh, it wasn't like that anymore. My changes really seemed to like stop. I wasn't noticing anything, no changes in my body difference, no changes in anything. It was kind of just all at a standstill. Anyways, so I really started to notice that all of my changes were coming when I was doing my shots in my butt. And then when I switched to my thighs, a lot of the anger and the frustration and the emotional roller coaster, that seemed to really, really get a lot better when it came to doing my shots in my thigh. But on the other side of that, it was like I was not seeing any changes at all. So I really kind of came to the point where I was like, well, what do I do? Like, I don't like the fact that I become angry, and I don't like the fact that I start to get frustrated and, all of these things for no reason when it came to doing my shot in my butt. But I was really, like, my progress was just freaking phenomenal. Like, I loved the change that I was seeing. And then when I started doing them in my thigh, I was now having to, like, psych myself up every single week for my shot. Like, I stopped getting excited about my shot. Like, it wasn't something that I woke up and was like, yes, it's Tuesday, like, I can't wait to do it. It wasn't like that anymore. I really started to get anxiety about giving myself a shot in my thigh. So to sum that all up, I do my shots in my butt. My changes seem to come really quickly. I don't feel my shot at all. It doesn't hurt me, but my emotions are all over the place. I do my shot in my thigh. It freaks me the hell out. It gives me anxiety. Once the shot is over, I feel like I don't see any changes at all with the time coming. But I don't have my emotional issues as much when it comes to doing my shot in my thigh. So I'm making this video because I want to know if any other guys have felt this way or know what I'm talking about or have had the same issues with doing their shot in either places. A lot of guys that I've talked to personally have never actually done their shot in another place. It's either always in their thigh or it's always in their butt. Predominantly, it's more guys doing it in their thighs, and some people have amazing reactions. Some guys that I've seen, their transition is coming along freaking amazing. But for me, I feel like it's completely opposite ends of the spectrum when I'm doing it in one area of my body and then when I'm doing it in another. So, again, I know that for every person it's different, but I kind of felt like for a little while that maybe I was going crazy, that I was just making these differences up in my head. And I get that both areas of my body I'm still doing an intermuscular shot. It's still the same dose, it's still the same testosterone, it's just in different areas. But I really feel like I have noticed such differences in one or the other. So I really, wanted to talk about the differences for me and what it's done for me, but also when it comes to being when it comes to dealing with your emotions, like, you know, anger or frustration or depression or any of those things, like, I have felt so many different emotions that I didn't even know existed in the last 5 months of my life. Some are amazing and some suck. Some suck so bad that I just want to bury myself in a hole and never come out. And it's hard. It really is hard on me, because I know that I'm not that type of person. I know that's not who I am, and that's not how I do things. And then now, you know, I kind of have this catch-22, because taking testosterone is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Yet it's bringing out a side of me that I don't agree with and that I don't love at all. And it affects me even more when it affects other people, because that's not who I am. And, you know, I would like to think that I'm an extremely nice person, as much as I can be. I'm not perfect, obviously, no one is, but I'm not an angry person. It really has taken a lot my whole life to really make me angry about something, and now I'm just getting freaking angry because it's too hot outside, or I'm getting angry because a freaking mosquito bit me, or I'm getting angry because, you know, this one's doing something stupid. That's not who I am. I miss that part of myself where I was very carefree and very, you know, I don't give a hell about anything. You know, I'm happy to be alive, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to, you know, be healthy and have a family and have, you know, a girlfriend who loves me, and, you know, all of those things. And I still very much am. That hasn't gone away, but I missed where I wasn't so anxious about everything. So I definitely think that if other guys are feeling the same way that I do, my advice to you and the advice to myself is to find an outlet. Find something that you can do to help release all of those feelings that you're having, because if I don't find something to do to release that, it gets worse and worse and worse. Like, I get to the point where I don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to see anybody's face. I don't want to hear anybody's voice. I just want to be in a dark room by myself, and that's it. And that's not me. That's not how I'm going to live my life. I'm not okay with that. So find a release. Find something that works for you, and find something that will really help you release those emotions so that they're not bottled up, because it will get worse. I guarantee you, it will get worse if you don't find an outlet. Even though I don't have as much time as I want to, I really try to go to the gym as much as possible, and I really try to use that as my outlet, because it absolutely works. I feel myself getting in those moods, and I text my girlfriend. I'm like, hey, you know, I gotta go to the gym. I won't be home for a little while. And she's like, okay, cool, got it. Like, she knows exactly what I'm trying to say. She knows what's happening to me, and she knows that will make it better. So the gym has really helped me, and I know a lot of other trans guys are working out like crazy. That's just kind of like our motivation, and, you know, now that we are finally able to get rid of our, you know, feminine bodies, the gym really helps us look the way we want to look and feel so much better. So I'm sorry this video is really long, but I felt like this was something really important that I needed to talk about, and I haven't been doing too many update videos and stuff like that. Just, again, there's so much going on, and I don't want to make a video every month telling you the same thing. So yeah, but I think that's pretty much it. If there's something else that you guys specifically would like me to talk about, or have questions that you want me to answer, please feel free to, you know, comment on here, write me on Instagram, find me on Facebook, you know, whatever works for you. But until then, I'll catch you guys later. Say bye, Kelly.